Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I will talk about Git and GitHub. If you are a student or if you are working in any organization, this particular topic is very important. I will talk about all the major commands that it provides, including the command line tool, and also at the end of this video, I'll show you how you can use the graphical user interface that helps you run all those commands that you can do using the terminal. So I will be talking about the Git, then I'll move to the GitHub. I will show you with the practical examples in different projects, in Node project, in front-end applications like React, Next.js. So this video is totally for beginners. As you guys know that I'm a practical person. So I will not be spending too much time in discussing theory, and then I will move towards the practical examples for this tutorial. So let's first talk about what is Git. So Git mainly known for a distributed version control system that lets you create and maintain multiple versions of your software. Git also helps multiple developers to collaborate with each other in a single project, sharing code, pushing code, pulling code, seeing other codes. It provides a command line tool as well as the graphical interface as well to perform all kinds of operations like publishing code on repository, pulling code from repository, and the history of code, that who worked on which part of the code. Finally, you can use it with any project written in any programming language that can contain any file types, whether it's desktop app, mobile app, web app. So this tool is very important. So let me tell you that if you don't know Git, you don't know the commands of Git, you cannot even get a job, the development job in any IT company throughout the world. So now let's get into how to use Git in our project. So I've opened up this Git website, official website of the Git, and you can see that we can install Git in Mac OS, Windows, Linux or Unix operating systems, and you can click on this button. It will automatically detect your operating system. I'm using Mac, so that's why it's showing download for Mac. I've already downloaded it on my system. Once you download it, you can verify it by running git ---- version. So this is the version currently installed in my system. So first of all, I have opened up this VS Code, and inside the VS Code, I will be initializing few projects. First of all, let's create a simple JavaScript file. You can say a simple node application. So let's create this folder, and inside it, I'm going to be creating a new JavaScript file. And inside it, I can simply create these variables like this, and I can simply like A, B. This is simply outputting the values of A and B variables. So in the terminal, first of all, I need to go inside the folder which I have just created, and I can simply write ls to see all the files in my project folder. Currently there is only one file. Let me clear this out. And then there is a git command. So whenever we want to run any command using git, we first have to write git keyword space, and after that it gives us a lot of different commands. So we can write --help, and it will show us all the commands that we can run using git. So let me clear this out. Now there is another command that is git status. So git status actually shows us all the different files which are changed or which are newly created inside our project folder. So currently it's showing that we have not initialized our project with git repository. So in order to initialize our project, we have to run git space init command. So I will hit enter. Now it is showing me that it is initialized with empty git repository. Now if I write git status, it will show me this index.js file which is actually changed or newly added inside our project, and this also shows that our project is initialized with git. So let me clear this out. So in git there is a concept called branches. Let's say that we have multiple team members working on a single project, and there are two team members, let's say me and someone else. I want to create the header of our website. Another team member wants to create the footer of our website, and any third developer wants to manage both of our code. So I create a branch header and I push my code in the branch header. Other team member creates a branch footer and push the code in the branch footer. The third developer actually maintain the branch, let's say a master branch or a main branch, and merge both header and footer branches inside the master branch. So this way we can have a multiple versions of our project. We can review our code before it actually merge in the main or master branch. So in the terminal, first of all, if I write git branch, it will show me nothing because I have not created any new branch for this particular project. Now if I write git branch -r, it will show me all the remote branches. Remote branches means that all the other branches which exist on the remote, on the cloud, or on the repository, including my branches, as well as all the branches which are created by other team members. Now, first of all, what we need to do is, if you are first time using Git and you install the Git in your system, then you have to set your username and the email in Git configuration file. And in order to do that, we have to run git config -- global user.name. I can write any name inside it, although it is already set in my system. I'm using Git in a lot of my projects, so I'll hit enter, it will be set. And then I need to set git config global user.email, and I can simply write email inside it and it will be set as well. Here this flag -- global means that my name and email will be set globally for all the projects that I will be working on in this particular system. If I don't write -- global, it means that this name and the email will be set only for this particular repository. So let me clear this out now. So before we can actually create a new branch, we have to add our files which are changed or which are newly created, and we have to commit our code. So in order to add that, I can write dot. Dot means that all the files within this project should be added. And if I want to add only single file, I can simply write single file name. So I'll go with the dot. Okay, now I will run git status again. You will see that this has been turned into green color, means that it has been added in our staged area of the Git. Now let me clear this out. Now in order to commit our code, committing means that what is the message, what we have changed in our code. So I can write -m, and now I created two variables and logged its output. So whatever you have done in the current commit message, in the current files, or in the changes you have made in these files, you have to write the meaningful message. It helps you maintain the history in the Git for your project and also from the other team members as well. Now if I hit enter, it is going to be committed. Now there is no currently changed file exists in my project. There is no newly file added because I added and then I committed my changes using Git. Let me clear this out. Now if I run git branch, it will show me the main. Usually it creates this main branch automatically. It can be the main or the master branch. Okay, now there is a command git log. If I hit enter, you will see that it is going to show me the history. It is showing me the author name. I have set my name and the username. It is showing the date. It is showing the commit message. Now in the file, if I try to make some changes, let's say a plus b, something like that, it can be the change in this file or it can be the change in any of the file exist in this proj folder. Okay, because I have initialized git in this proj folder, any files exist inside this. All right, so now if I run git status, you will see that it is showing this index.js file have modified again. It is not showing the created now. Let me clear this out. Now I can actually press up arrow from my keyboard and it is going to show me previous commands, git add. Now I want to commit it again. If I write git status, it is showing me the green color. It shows that I need to commit yet. So I will be writing git commit -m addition of two numbers. This is what I have changed in this particular commit. So I will hit enter. Now if I write git status, nothing got changed. Now if I write git log, you will see that it is showing the history of two commits. and it is very helpful. It shows us that which team member actually committed which part of the code. We can actually see the history. I will show you by the end of this video different extensions of VS Code, as well as from the GitHub, that we can see the files which are changed. So now let's say that this is the commit message showing addition of two number. This is the recent commit and this is the previous commit message. Let's say that this commit message have some errors and I want to revert back to the previous commit message. I have these references, I have these commit codes. So this is the commit code for the previous commit message. How can I revert my code to this previous commit message? I'm gonna copy this code. Let me clear this out and I'm going to write git reset hyphen hard. I'm going to paste that particular code. I will hit enter. Now you will see that it has actually reverted back to the previous commit message and it has actually removed the lines, not from this file. If there were more files exist in this folder, all the files and folders were changed to the previous commit. Now if I check git log, it will show one commit. You might be thinking that it has removed the history, but it has not removed the history. There is another command, git ref log, which shows the shorter version of the history. It will only show the first commit which I did in this repository. This is the second commit and this is the reset moving to this one. And when we run reset, it automatically add and commit changes and it creates the commit ID as well. Let's say that I have changed my mind. I thought that, oh, it was by mistake that I resetted it. I want to bring back the new code. I don't want to write it again. So we have this history. We have this commit code. We can use this long commit code or we can use this short commit code. So I'm going to copy this short commit code for the addition of two numbers. So let me clear this out to make it clear. And now if I write git reset hard, hit enter, now you will see that I'm able to get back my code again. And how cool is that? If I write git log, you will see that it is showing the two logs now. Now let's talk about repositories and push over code to a repository. So for this, I will be using GitHub. I've already created an account on GitHub and I have a lot of repositories on GitHub. Repository refers to a one project usually that contains all of your code. Currently, we have only one file in this particular project. So first of all, I will be clicking on this new button and it will show me the name. I can write learning Git. All right, so you can name anything over here. To name the repository, you can keep it public or you can set it private. I'm gonna leave it public, so don't set any of these for now. So I will click on the create. All right, now we need to add the reference to this particular repository that we have created for our project. Currently, let me clear this out. If I write git remote -v, it will show me nothing. It means that we have not referenced our local git repository with the remote GitHub repository. So I'm using GitHub. You can use Bitbucket, GitLab, all works in the same way. So currently it is showing me these commands using which I can add the reference. So I've already committed. First of all, I've already having this main branch as well. So let me verify again. Yes, otherwise I can simply run this command git branch -m main, which I copied from here. Now I need to set the origin. So this is the command git remote add origin and the URL of the repository which I have just created. So I'm just going to copy this particular command. So I will write over here. Now if I try to run git remote -v, you will see that this reference with the origin have been added, and using this URL we can fetch means pulling all the changes from the GitHub repository or pushing over local changes to the GitHub repository. So on this particular URL, now we have this main branch. If I copy this particular command and I'm going to write this, if the internet is established in your system, it will be pushed to this repository. And if I refresh this page, you will see that our code is going to be pushed over here. You can see that it is showing addition of two number, recent commit message 22 minutes ago. This is the time of committing my changes when I committed it. And this is the file exists in the whole project. So our project is live on the public repository. We could have it on the private. We make the repository private if we don't want to share our code with someone else outside our organization. Only our team can actually should be able to see the files and use it. You can explore all the different options of the GitHub. We can go to the repository settings for all the different things that needs to be set. That is a different topic though. So I'm gonna go back to the code. Now let me clear this out. Now let's log clear. Let's go. I actually tried to check the status again and again to verify if there is no any change made in any of these files by mistake. So now I'm going to create a new file. So let's say index2.js, and I'm going to write const c equals to 2 and then c. All right, let's save this file. Now if I try to check the status, it will show me this particular file. This is newly added, and I can actually log this one as well. Now if I write the status in the terminal, you will see that it is showing two files. One is modified and other one is newly added. All right, now I'm going to add it again and I want to push it again. So git add git commit -m added a new file. Let's leave it like this. Now let's verify with the status. Now we don't need to set all the remote URLs or all these things that I've done before. I'm already in this main branch, this one. All right, now I already have this commit message, so I'm going to push it into the main branch. So in order to push it, I can simply write git push origin and the name of the branch. So I will hit enter. Now if I go over here, if I refresh, it will show me these things. You can see that now and there are two files. All right, so let's clear this out. I'm going to create a new file now, header.js header. All right, now in the terminal, first of all, let me verify git branch, and let me verify by checking git branch r. Now I'm going to see that this is showing origin main. Origin means that we have the origin URL set, and this is the branch name exists in the origin in the remote GitHub repository. I want to push my header code not in the main branch but in a different branch. So in order to create a new branch, I can simply write git branch header and it's going to create a new branch. I can check git branch. It is showing me two branches. Currently it is showing the main and the header, but currently the checked out branch is the main branch. I have to check out this header branch. In order to check that out, I can simply write git checkout header. Okay, it is showing switched to branch header. Now if I write git branch, you will see that I have checked out this header branch. Now I can simply add commit added a header file, and now I can simply write git push origin and the name of the branch which I have just created, which is the header branch. All right, git push origin header. Okay, now if I refresh, you will see that it is only showing two files. The reason it is not showing the header because I'm in the main branch and I have pushed the new changes in the header branch. If I click on the header, you will see that in the header branch there are three files exist, and in the main branch. The reason I am creating different branches for different changes is because let's say that there is a production website already deployed on the main branch, and I'm making some changes in the header branch. I first want me and my team to verify if the header changes are done correctly, if there isn't any issue or bug in it, and if everything is verified, after that I'm going to merge it into the main branch so that my production instance or the URL, you can say, gets the clean and bug free code. So let's get back to our VS Code. Let me clear this out. ls, yes, we are inside. Now there is another command called git pull origin, and after that we can give the branch name. Let's say that someone else is making changes in the main branch, and they want me to take their changes so that I have their changes in my branch, so I don't need to write that code again and again. So let's say I'm going to create a new branch. Let's say git branch footer, and I'm going to create a footer file, git footer js console log footer. Okay, assume that someone else is making these changes. Okay, I'm not doing that. Now git branch. Now there are three branches. Let's check out the footer branch now I have checked out the footer branch. Now let's clear this out, and clearing make things simpler and look clean. That's why I do it. It's not required to clear the terminal. So now I'm going to write git status. You can see that new file footer is added. Assume that someone else is doing this. Now let's add git add and git commit added footer file. Now there seems, oh, I forgot to write hyphen before m, like this. Now it is added. Now git push origin footer. All right, now you can see that footer is pushed. Now if I refresh, I'm in the header branch. It will not show the footer file because header branch does not contain the footer, and I need to navigate to the footer because footer had already having the changes of the header, and header already having the changes of the main branch. That's why the child footer branch having all the files which were existing in the header and the main branch. Now you can see that if I click on the footer, you will see all the 4 files. Now I can navigate back to my header branch. Let's say that the footer branch is pushed by someone else, by one of my team member. Now in order to get back to header branch, I can simply write git checkout header. All right, now you can see that this footer file have been deleted. I don't know that this was actually pushed by someone in my team or by my team lead. Now they ask me to get the changes, and let's say if I want to, that's the benefit of git, that multiple team members can work on the same project, and I don't need to create a footer file myself. Someone else have made the footer file. So how can I get their code in my header branch? Let's say that I'm already in my header branch. Now if I write git pull origin footer, okay, I will hit enter. So actually there is a mistake. It has to be the origin. Now you can see that I have pulled all the changes which were pushed in the branch footer, and it is showing me all the files which are coming in. And now I have the footer file. I have if there are 10 team members, I can pull their changes in my branch so that I can merge the code and test that out. So it's always a good practice that multiple team members should not work on the same file or the same portion of the code, same function. So it's the job of the team lead or the project manager to assign specific tasks to each team member. All right, so now I'm going to clear this out, and there is another command called git set URL origin. Let's say that I have this command, okay, and it is showing me this URL, and let's say that the repository have been changed and the URL have been changed for the repository. There is a command git remote. I previously used add origin and the URL. If I want to change these URLs, there is this command set URL origin, and after that you can paste any kind of URL and it will be set over here. All right, so another thing that I want to show you is git clone thing. Let's say that I have this particular project and I'm going to create a new folder. Let's say proj2, and inside it I want to clone my repository. Let's say someone else is managing this repository and I want to download this whole code from their repository in my system. Okay, so I'm going to navigate back. Let's come inside proj2. You can open up any folder, any empty folder in which you want to download this repository. So this particular repository, first of all, I need to click on this drop down. I need to copy this particular URL, copy. And now if this is a public repository, I can simply clone and anybody else can clone this repository. If it is a private, I can go to the settings and add different team members in the collaborators, and only then they will be able to clone or download the code. Okay, so currently it's navigating, and here what commands I need to write is git clone, and after that I simply need to write the repository URL. So currently it has navigated. Just wanted to show you that this is the collaborator window. I need to enter the code, which I'm not gonna do it, I'm just showing you. So let's come back to this code, click on this drop down, let's copy this URL, and I'm going to paste this URL now. I will hit enter. Okay, so it's going to clone all the codes, all the files from the main branch. Let's see. So we have this, and if I open this up, you will see that the main branch contains only this index.js file, index2.js file, because as I told you, as I explained you, that we are maintaining multiple branches to actually verify the changes before we can actually merge it into the main branch. All right, so here I'm going to check git branch. I need to first get inside this folder, learning it. Okay, now git branch, when I clone any repository, it automatically gets initialized with the git, so it's showing the main. Now I can actually check all the remote branches in my new cloned downloaded repository. So it's showing footer, header, main. All right, I can simply check out my team members branch. Let's say header. I can simply check out footer. You can see all the different files being updated over here, and I can simply fetch all the changes. So git fetch origin, let's do that. So it's going to fetch all the branches, even those branches that I'm not aware of. Now if I write git branch, after running this git fetch origin branch, I'm able to see all the different branches without writing -r. All right, so this is how I can clone the project. Another thing I want to show you is the git stash. Git stash is really helpful. Let's say let me clear this out. Let me get back to my previous repository. So project one, let's go back to CD, and let's go inside the project. And now I'm inside the previous files, which I have already opened over here. And let me verify this one. All right, so I'm in the header branch currently. Okay, so here I have this particular code. Now I want to add another message subheader like this, and we can check the status, clear. And git stash means that the recent changes that we have done in the code have caused some kind of issues while running the project. And I want to verify that before I made these changes in the code, was everything working fine? Did my changes messed up the code, messed up that particular functionality? So I don't want to reset. So another thing, like git status, I can simply run git reset hyphen hyphen hard, and if I don't write any code after that, it will reset all the files. It will remove all the recent changes that are added recently. Okay, currently there is only one file, but I don't want to remove that. I want to put it in some kind of cache, in some kind of memory, but still I want to revert back to the previous state before I started making changes for the new commit. So I'm going to run git stash. Okay, so you can see that it has removed, and if I write git status, you will see that there is nothing happening over here. Now I can start testing the previous state of the code. Was the issue that is caused by my changes, or it was already existing in the previous code? Now once after I verified, I can bring back my cached code that I stashed. So I can simply write git stash apply, and I will be able to get back all the code that I made put in the cache. All right. If I write git status, you can see that I can see all these things. Now I want to talk about merging and creating pull requests. So let me first verify this. I'm in the header again. Let's reset this. So git reset hard, and everything is removed. Git status, nothing is visible, and without committing, if I reset the changes, there is no way to bring back these changes. So it's better, even if you want to push your code in your branch and there are a lot of changes, you have spent days, it's better to commit your changes after couple of hours, so that nothing is lost. You should be able to revert back your changes using git reset hard and the commit code that I showed you at the start of this video. So here there is a section called pull requests. Okay, here we have two branches, header and then the footer, and we can create a pull request. Pull request is created by a developer for a team lead to review their work before this branch actually gets merged into its main or master branch, which is referring to the production branch, okay, or staging branch, or any testing URL. So let's say that this is the header branch. I can click on the compare and pull, and I can set the base branch that after merging, this code of the header branch should move into the main branch as well. So I can create a pull request by clicking on this. Now from here I can add the reviewers for all the different collaborators. The reviewers can review my work and they can go to the pull request, and these are all the pull requests I have. And assuming that this is being reviewed, I can go to the commit, all the commits. Currently it included only one commit. There can be more than one commit messages in one branch, and I can click on this file changes and it will show me all the changes my team member actually made. Okay, now I can go to the pull requests and I can click on this pull request, uh, and I can merge this pull request, confirm merge. Now this particular branch header is merged into the main branch. Okay, now in the code, if I check out main, you will see that it included only two files, but I actually merged my header branch. It should contain the header file at least. So I'm in the branch main currently. In order to do that, I need to update my main branch from the remote. I'm working in my local system. I don't know, or my local system don't know that there is something new pushed in the main branch in the GitHub repository. So it's better, it's always a good practice to keep verifying locally that someone else or my team member or someone else have pushed the code in the main branch or any branch which is which I'm dependent on. I need the code from a main branch or someone else branch for me to proceed writing in my own code. So I can write git pull origin. I can take the latest changes from my own branch as well from the remote. I'm already in the main branch. I will be writing git pull origin main. I will hit enter. Now it's going to bring up all the code which exists in the main branch currently in this particular uh, repository. All right. If I'm a team lead and I know that someone else have pushed something in the branch, let's say a footer branch now, and in the footer branch, I don't want my team member to create the PR. I want to simply merge the code directly in my code. So I'm already in my main branch. Git, uh, let me clear this out first of all. Git branch, and now there is a footer branch. I have verified by writing this one. First of all, I want to bring in all everything, okay, by writing git fetch origin. Now I want to merge footer changes in the main branch, so I can simply write, first of all I need to check out to a branch in which I want to merge changes of another branch. So I can simply write git merge and the footer. So the footer changes will be bringing in the main branch in my local system. So I'll hit enter. So here it is asking me to enter a commit message. So it is by default created this message. So from here I can simply write a shift colon C at the bottom, and WQ, it is going to save the file. So WQ, I will hit enter. All right. So you can see that it has actually merged and bring in the code of the footer, including the file name, and merged it in my main branch now. So I'm still in my main branch, and you can see that header was brought in through the PR, footer is brought in through the merging command. Similarly, if we have multiple branches that we want to merge in the main branch, let's say branch 1, branch 2, branch 3, we can simply write git merge and then the branch 1 and keep on doing that. This is done usually by the team lead or the project manager who is managing the project. There are more commands that I want you guys to test this out yourself. I want you to practice these commands yourself. So these are very useful. First one is git revert, and after that we have to add commit id. I don't want to run it, I want you to test this out and experiment it. I'm just explaining you and giving you an idea. So this command does is like it reverts, or you can say or remove all the changes in the given commit id by creating a new commit. So you can test this out. Another command is that git reset capital head and this particular character and then 1. This will undo the most recent commit and unstaged the changes as well. Unstage the changes means that when we do git add dot, it will undo that as well. So for one particular branch or for one feature that you are working on, let's say you have committed two times, or you have committed 5 times, and the last time you committed, let's say the 5th time you by mistake committed the changes, but you want to revert that commit. So this command is really helpful. All right. Another command is git reset hyphen hyphen soft and then head this character and then the 1. It will uncommit changes from the recent commit. Okay, it will not unstage the changes, it will just uncommit the changes from the recent commit. All right, so these 3 commands are very useful. I would like you guys to test this out yourself. So I'm using VS Code. Another thing I want to tell you guys that I'm using VS Code. If you are using C++ or any other editor, usually the main editors have the terminal itself. You can use the built-in terminal of Windows, Linux, or Mac as well. So I want to show you few extensions in VS Code which are really helpful. So one is GitHub. Let me search for that. Git. So Git history is very useful when you are working in a team. You want to enable and install this particular extension. So what it does is, let's say that I have right clicked and it is currently showing me this. We can see the file history, all the file history. We can see the line history. If I click on view line history, you can see that it was committed 74 minutes ago, who did that, what was the commit message, and we can see the file history as well, like all the commit messages. So this particular extension is very useful. All right, another thing is git history difference, git history diff. It is also very useful if you want to compare your changes with someone else changes in the same file. This extension is really helpful. All right, so another thing I want to explain you, when you are using git working on any project, I would request you guys to install this source tree. If you are using Mac, this source tree is available. It's not available on Windows. On Windows, there is a tool called git extension. Both works same ways. So all the commands that I shown you are comes in this user interface. So let me open up this repository that I have just created over here, proj. So I'm going to open this up. I can click on this local and I can scan a directory. So here I am opening it by clicking on add repository, allow, and now it has been added. I can double click on it, and now you can see that I can view everything in a graphical user interface. How cool is that? I can see the complete history. I can see all the branch names exist. I can see all the tags, remote, and I can see the current changes, merge branch footer. And let me make some changes in it. I'm just going to remove it. I have removed this line, and now I'm gonna go back, and now you can see that it is showing uncommitted changes because it is showing in the red color as well that what was changed in multiple files. So it is really helpful. And now if it is uncommitted, we can directly add, commit, and push it in a specific branch directly through this code. You can see that we can actually click on the commit, and we can write the commit message over here. It will be committed from here, and after that we can simply click on the push, and it will be pushed to this selected main branch. And we can right click it, we can reset it, we can reset it to commit, we can resolve conflicts. So it provides many things, but you need to know the commands. I don't use it for all these committing and pushing. I only use it to verify that which file is changed, what are the changes I have made, how many files have to be committed. I just use it for that because in my experience, using these built-in buttons sometimes mess up things. I believe that this particular source tree is available on Linux as well. And but I'm sure that it's not available on Windows. On Windows you can install Git extension. So for now, for this video, it was for beginners. I hope that you have got an idea how to use Git, what is Git, what are the different commands, what is GitHub, how you can push, pull, commit, fetch the code, how you can merge the code. Do subscribe my channel and like this video. I'll be creating more videos of similar topics. So guys, thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.